if you're navigating, there's a career focused season, right? Again, this the career focused season is best when you need stability. Again, predictable. You want that predictable income. You want that every 2 weeks the money is going to be in the bank and it's going to afford you. You can pay rent, you can pay mortgage, you can pay for childcare, you can afford groceries, you can do those things, right? It's that's that for that season where stability, especially if you have young family. This is my thing. You have a young family, you can afford certain gambles. I mean, you can, but it's you again. Everybody's situations are different. If you have a young family, if you and your you have an income, wife has an income, or it's a one income family, maybe one person is still going through the immigration process and one person is good. Like you have to look at all of these things. But if you're in a season where stability is priority, that's your career focus season, right? You need stability, you're navigating immigration, maybe you're on OPT, you're trying to navigate, deal with your EB2, EB1s, processing your green card. Steady is good. Steady, predictable is good, right? You have little children, you need benefits. And I have done this before where you're paying for benefits out of pocket. Yeah, it's crazy, right? But you need help paying for like health insurance. That's what I mean. Paying for healthcare, health insurance, paying for these things yourself, having to get in the marketplace, and you now start making trades that you might not want to make. Things around maybe even medical insurance, um, dental, all of these things. You get them from a job. And that might be the season that you're in again, where hey, I have 3 kids. And so predictability, stability is important. And then that age is where they are asking questions, they are, building relationships, they have their friends. Um, you know, everything has to have, it's built around there's a level of stability that they require to have a family, all of that, So that's your career season, right? You're early in your US journey. Again, like I just talked about, you're still OPT, H1B stages. That's not the time to be exploring. What you need is predictability. I have this job, they're doing my sponsorship, they're filing for my immigration. I'm staying here, I'm sitting my tail down, right? Maybe you're at a place where you still need to equip yourself because you don't have enough expertise or experience, right? Maybe you just graduated your master's program, or you've come here and you realize, hey, I need to upskill so I can be relevant in the market, in the US job or workforce. And you're going through a season where you are building your skill set, you are equipping yourself to be better positioned, to earn better, to contribute better in the marketplace. Then that might be a career focused season for you. Okay, and the risk of misusing this season is staying too long out of fear, right? Or some people, and this is something. If you're an entrepreneur, some people will stay here and that's good for them. There are people who are career people who will rise in the ranks, become, get into leadership and high six figures, and be okay, retire with a couple $1 million in retirement and be fine. So this is not a bad part if that's the part for you. Okay. But if you are not one who is about that office life and where they'll stay, then when you're in this season, make sure you are paying attention to when it's time, that fear is not what's holding you back, right? You don't want to, you risk losing your long-term vision and your, the long-term visions and ambitions and goals you had. You risk losing them if you stay too long in this season out of fear. And so I want to also remind you, like, don't throw away your vision, your goals, your ambitions because of the comfort that comes with the season or because of the fear of the stability you will lose if you get out. But just make sure that again before you start to venture that you have your base stable. One thing about this season for me, and I've gone through this, yeah, I'm literally speaking out of personal experience with this in a lot of ways. Is as you're building your skills, you're learning the world of work, you're learning navigating culture and how business works, how entrepreneurship works. It becomes, and then you are also creating a skill. You know what the market is looking for. If for any reason you leave this season or you leave this phase and decide I want to go entrepreneurship, and you have to fall back, you already have a skill set that you have tested in the market. You already understand how the market works. You can get back in and get a job, right? So that's something to keep in mind, and why I want you to think about maximizing this season, but also knowing when it's time to jump ship, right?